Thanks for joining me here today. Today I'm going to do a review of an item which I got delivered to me recently from Boobsshop. Now, I already have an item from Boobsshop which you will have seen previously, which is a breastplate, which I wear from time to time in videos. I've been wearing it quite a lot recently. And I bought that item because I was looking for something that creates really realistic cleavage, but will also look really good, especially because these days with running and sports and exercise and stuff, I find that I don't have enough, let's say, natural flesh to create good, convincing cleavage without needing to use a lot of tape, and that can be a bit painful. So I was looking for something that would be, let's say, a simpler, faster solution. Now, what's interesting about this latest purchase is that this is something that's a little bit of a departure. If you know Boobsshop, or you know Jean from being on Facebook or YouTube, etc., then you know that her styles tend to be quite large chested. The one that I've got already is a C cup, and I love it. I think it's great. It's got a very realistic look and feel to it, and I'll show you that in a minute to give you an idea of the side-by-side comparison. But this is an item that's a little bit different. It's actually a B cup, and this is something aimed a little bit more towards, let's say, everyday wear, or a more convincing, more natural look, if that's what you're going for when you're going out. So for today, I'm going to take you through the product itself. I'll show you the box, show you how it arrived, give you an idea about, how discreet it is, that kind of stuff, how good the packaging is, and yeah, give you an idea of my overall impressions, what I think of the item, try it on with a few outfits, and yeah, just give you a general idea of what I think about it. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so this is the item that arrived from Russia. Okay, now I've opened this already, so that's why there's no tape on the end here, but I tried to leave it in a generally good condition so you can see how it arrived. It's very plain packaging, as you can see. It's very discreet, can't tell what it is. There's no way you could tell from this what the item is that you're actually receiving, and it's quite straightforwardly packaged, just a nice decent box. It was all nicely taped up on the edges here with black tape, so it's nice and secure, no issues with that whatsoever. So yeah, all very good stuff. Now as we get inside this, if I show you here, so opening up the box, what you'll get is a load of, I guess what the Americans call packing peanuts. Make sure nothing gets damaged in transit, so that's really good. I'm going to try and do this without spilling these all over the place, but to give you an idea of how this comes out, inside that we have this black package. Now this is going to get these everywhere, but it gives you an idea of how well packed up this is. Now, like I said, I took this out of the packaging earlier just to make sure I was happy with everything, just to familiarise myself with it, but I popped it back in again. This is basically how it arrived. So there we go. And then inside that we have a nice label from Boobsshop. So I'll just bring that a bit closer so you can make sure you see the name there. And got some instructions here on how to look after the item, how to make sure it's basically, kept in good condition, keep it looking its best from week, month, year to year, for example. And a good instructions on how to clean them as well, because obviously you're wearing these next to your skin, so cleaning it from time to time is going to be something that's quite important. So we then got inside this black wrap, we have some bubble wrap. Okay, I can slide this out of the bubble wrap. Okay, so we take it out of the bubble wrap itself. So this is very nicely, securely packaged. It's not going to get damaged in transit, unless something dreadful and unsurvivable happens, but This is as well dealt with as I think it could be. And so we've got a bit more of this plastic. And then we have our item. So that's the packaging done with. So I'm going to hold this up as best I can and give you an idea of what it is that we are dealing with here. So this is the rear view, okay? What you may notice about these, if you've seen any of the other ones that are sold on the Boobsshop website, this is a full latex version. So there is no Velcro at the back here to hold this in place. So it basically goes over, it slips on over your shoulders and over your head, almost like a vest. And it's, for that reason, it's actually a lot wider coming down your shoulders than some of the other versions that I've seen, and particularly the one that I have. So it's very good quality latex. I'll bring that a bit closer so you can have a look. So we've got very good quality latex. That's your rear view there. This is in colour 4. And if I show you the front, so essentially what we have here are the forms. So if I hold this up like so, this will go over your head and you'll have the form shaped like so. So when we are presenting these, they're like so. And if I show you, if I get a bit closer and show you these, you can see the texture is very soft and supple. So these are not your solid, hard silicone ones. These are the flexible, more realistic feeling ones, which are great. Exactly the same as the C cup that I have. So this is the B cup version. I like this a lot. I think it's a really nice addition. So if I hold that up like so, that's our item. Now, what I wanted to comment on first is that when you go onto the Boobsshop website, you have about, I think it's about 9 different colour choices that you can make, ranging from a 1, which is the fairest, to I think about a 9, which is the darkest. Now this is a 4, which is the sort of darkest colour before it's officially classified as tanned. So I had this in the last item that I bought. When I have very tanned skin, it looks a little bit pale. But when I have, let's say, skin that is not tanned, so you kind of winter look, then I find this is a really, really good match for me. The thing I'd say about going for different types of colours when you're looking online, the easiest thing to do is to exclude all the colours that you know are definitely not right for you. So chalk off anything at the extremes that you don't think are relevant to you as an individual. And then try to see if you can narrow it down to 3, which is what I did. I was considering 3, 4 or 5. And in the end, I plumped for a 4 and I was very happy with that. So essentially, I tried to sort of average things out and get to the point of thinking, oh, well, a 4 is in the middle of the range that I think would suit me. Therefore, I'll go for that as my best guess. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try this on, give you an idea of what it looks like on. Okay, so I've changed into this shirt top now, which is quite a casual number. It's a Bowden style top, a Jules top, that kind of thing, quite sort of country casual. It's a very nice top. It's great for wearing with jeans, going out and having a nice meal, that kind of thing. I've worn it out to meals before. You can obviously show quite a lot more cleavage than you would normally do. Now again, I've chosen to wear this without a bra, mainly because I don't feel I need it. In terms of the sort of weight of it, because it's very well distributed across your back as well as your front, I don't feel like I need a bra to hold everything up on this one. And I think that's really good because it's helping to keep this quite a sort of light outfit. I'm not actually getting an awful lot of nipple show through the shirt, which is great. So that's definitely a plus. But at the same time, I feel like I'm getting good, very natural kind of looks from this that are great for a night out. It just kind of looks like you've thrown on a shirt and gone out, which is great. Okay, so just to bring this back down to ground level again, if I take off this necklace, what you'll be able to see is the shape around my neck. So you can see here there's a very distinct and visible line where this is going around my neck, and this is what you have to cover up. Now what I would say on this one is that because you're putting your head through this gap, I find this is a little bit bigger. So this kind of 3-string pearl necklace is ideal because it will sit, quite simply into this line. And what I find is that when you put them on, they tend to just sort of sit on the line of the actual breastplate itself, and then you end up with something that's kind of, resting on there, which is quite nice. That works pretty well. But there are all sorts of other different varieties and styles that you can choose from. Okay, so this is my green party dress. I thought this would be a perfect thing to go with these and to show them off, because this is a dress that I've always had problems with. Now it's quite a slim fitting dress, and it doesn't give an awful lot of room in the cleavage area for you to have either large forms or to do anything else with it. And what I've always tended to struggle with in the past is trying to be able to create good cleavage, but quite small cleavage. I've worn this dress out a number of times with just a padded bra underneath, or trying to do some taping, etc. And I've never been really happy with the results. You have this open area here, and this is a difficult thing to do anything with because it's kind of drawing attention directly in towards the cleavage. And you're not looking to create anything massive because it's quite a slim fitting dress, but you want something to be there so that at first glance you have, let's say, a decent cleavage. Now, what this breastplate is doing is it's giving me exactly that, but in a much smaller, more manageable form than I have had previously. And like I said, this is a dress I was really, really looking forward to trying on with these breasts, because I think they are perfect to wear with this kind of slimmer fitting outfit. So even for a glam night out, we've had a look at casual stuff, even for a glam night out, this is really, really useful. I'll get a little bit closer and just show you what happens. So if you're in the area of actually looking at cleavage, you can see that you have that nice cleavage shadow in here, which is great. So I think this one is really successful. It's certainly the right kind of look to go with this, and because it's very light again, it doesn't feel uncomfortable underneath the top. I'm not having to wear it with a bra, so it's giving you that kind of natural look. There's no sign of bra straps. You can't, under this lace material, see the edges of the actual plate itself, which is great. Even though they're distinctly here, you can't see them very well. So this kind of lacy top is going to give you a really, really great look. And I love this. I've had this dress for ages, and I've worn it out, but I've never felt perfectly comfortable with how it is. Now, I would very happily wear this out, knowing that I've got a really good, nice defined shape to my outfit overall, obviously with the hip pads on, but that I've got something here which is giving you that dark shadow and a nice, easy to achieve rounded shape to your figure. It's so much easier than having to deal with things like taping or anything along those lines. And to be honest, I think this would actually, I've been wearing this for a couple of hours now, in and around doing stuff this today, moving around quite a lot, and I feel as comfortable as when I first put it on. So that's certainly a very good thing for it. It's very comfortable to wear. It's a lot more comfortable than taping. And if you're trying to achieve those kind of small scale results, that kind of B cleavage, which is what we're going for here, I think this is a really good option. So I thought I'd kind of bring everything together and just finalize my thoughts on this. Okay, just to sum up on this, splitting this into two halves, if I was to give a quick review to the purchasing process and experience from Boobsshop, I would say it's a great service. This is the second item I've had delivered. Both arrived promptly. The first one took about 5 days. This took more like 10 days, small hold up in customs, but released, delivered fine, very, very good tracking and traceable information. So I've never had any problems with being able to track the items and to know where they are at any time. The packaging itself is very discreet, it's very simple, it's very plain. You're not going to have any issues with people understanding what it is that you're buying, but it's also very well packaged, it's very well wrapped up, and it's going to protect this. This is a delicate item, it's something that could be damaged in transit. I've never had any issues with that, and again, I think it's a good way of buying. Communication with Jean's very good as well. I find that she gets back to you very quickly on any issues, and yeah, I've always had a good experience of buying from her directly. Now, on the product itself, I would say this is probably around about about 7, maybe an 8 out of 10 I give this product overall. It's not got that wow factor of the larger size, but for what I want this for those kind of day-to-day going out type experiences, I think this is a really good option. And I will definitely be wearing this out in future. The only downside I have is some of the compromises you have to make on the fit, because it's not a Velcroed product. If it had the Velcro and you could adjust it a little bit tighter, you could maybe pull it up a little bit further around the neck. I think that would give it a little bit more of an edge, but as it is, it still fits me well, and I can adjust it and make it work, particularly once it's underclothes. I think when it's on its own, you know, you lean forward, it will come away from you because it's got a bit of give in the material. Whereas once it's underclothing items like this, it's nice and secure, it's sticking to the skin, it's very simple to wear, and yeah, it does the job exactly what you're looking for. So this was my review of the B-Cup breastplate from Boobsshop. If you want to get hold of them, you can find them through their website, which is www.boobshop.com. I'll put the links up here and also down in the description down below. You can also find Jean on Facebook. She's quite prolific there as well, so if you have any issues you can get hold of her, and I'll put some information up about how you can reach her directly there as well. Now, if there's any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm more than happy to answer any direct questions that you have about this or any other items or any experiences I've had with buying these items. Otherwise, you can get me through my email address, which is julietteisnoir@gmail.com, or my website, which is www.julietnoir.uk. So thanks for joining here today. Feel free to like, share and subscribe. Click on the little bell to stay notified of upcoming videos, and I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Thanks so much again, and bye! Bye!